Gotta keep moving, baby. You wanna roll with me? I wanna make you dreamy. You wanna roll with me? Gotta keep moving, baby. Don't be afraid, just believe. Trust me, baby, we can do this easily. We can do this easily. Really easily. We can do this easily. You wanna feel that love thing? Pick up the clay and shape it. You wanna drown in me? Yeah, you wanna drown in me, baby. It scares you like a monster, 'cause it's all you've ever dreamed of. Show me that you wanna be with me. We could make it, boy, so easily. With me, gotta keep moving, baby. With me, I wanna make you dreamy. You wanna with me, gotta keep moving, baby. Don't be afraid, just believe. Trust me, baby, we can do this easily. We can do this easily.
Oi, oi, oi. How is everyone doing? Holy crap. Yes, maybe I need to turn on a little backlight here or something. Let's see here. Da, 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 da. There we go. Get that up there. Yeah, that helps out a little bit. Alright. That's a little bright. There, that'll work. How the hell is everyone doing? Holy hell. Yeah, I'm not dead. And I have my voice. Hope everybody is doing well. Hope everybody is doing well. Welcome to the stream. Yes, things are going to be kind of janky right now. And I apologize for last week's absence. Dead Death as the gold star being saying sup, being the first one in. At least notifications are going out. He said you got notifications on that, so good on that. Yeah, I was planning on going live about I don't know, about half hour ago, and yeah, that shit just went sideways. And I know that Ungawa really likes me having it with there's a little lag and I can just keep up with the chat and everything. The downside of that is that YouTube does not monetize my videos for approximately 3 days after I publish it. So so we will see. We will see about that. Desk is a mess. I have been kind of fiddling with stuff, so I haven't been completely worthless. Kind of worthless, but not completely worthless. So yeah, last week I took off. I was just feeling achy. I wasn't feeling up to it, and I hate doing streams when I'm not into it. Because I know that it comes across same way with doing videos. Right now I have a video in queue for edit of this guy. Yeah, so this is a McFarlane Toys. I forgot what scale that they said. I want to say it's like 8th scale. I think they said 12th scale, but I think it's 8th scale. Anyway, so this is a Space Marine from McFarlane Toys. Kind of badass. We're going to do some work on that. I had fun doing the video on it. The video was a lot longer than it needed to be. Wyland, I hope that that's right, Wyland. I'm not even going to try your last name. We'll just go with Wyland. Says, heyo, you get the silver for tonight. Thank you for stopping by. So last week, I just kind of ended up sitting on my ass and playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So that was good. A lot of people end up not liking the Assassin's Creed, especially the newer ones. They think they're kind of convoluted, they're kind of boring. I enjoy the hell out of them because I enjoy hunting down everything, going over the whole landscape, collecting everything. I like the storylines. I like that they throw history into them, and I like the fact that they're long as hell. And if you're not rushing through the storyline and you're doing all the side missions and everything, this one's bigger than the other two, being Odyssey and Origins, as far as map wise and everything. I like it. Like, I like something that can just take a long time. So personally, I think it's a good game. Let's see here. What have I been working on? Well, and I am working on setting up a camera for like a front on view so you guys can see. Yeah, so I've been working on this guy. I'm not going to say or not say that there's magnets in here. I will show you this real quick though, because I am kind of proud of it. Thank you, Dead to Death. Yes, he could use some paint. He definitely needs some primer. Let's see if this ends up working this time. So we're going to go over here. Oh my god, it's working. Oh, and there's me. Let's get me out of here. So yeah, it's white. Let me do this real quick because I literally sat here off and on working on this guy last week, as far as getting him built up. So as you can probably already tell, there's been magnets involved. And let me see, where's my little knobby thing? Yeah, that works. Okay, so in the base here, we have, you see some big magnets. You see a hole that goes all the way through. It doesn't go all the way through, but there's kind of a purpose in that. I hope. I don't know if I'll be able to pull it off or not. Let's see here. Could definitely use paint. Yeah, even with just the base coat color for each section, it will look amazing how much detail there is. Just make sure not to prime the clear pieces. Yep. Clear pieces, I'm going to try tinting. I'm going to try redoing my old video on how to tint resin. And I'm going to use these pieces for that. I don't know that I'm going to be able to put LEDs in here. I know I have some micro LEDs that I could probably put in there for some glow. I know that it's traditional to do this in blue, but I have some great yellow that are flickering like candle flicker that I think would look fantastic in here. I'm trying to find blue ones like that. Let's see, Wellen says, is it resin or no? 100% resin. So this piece was separate. It's epoxied in, and I think with the way everything sits that I may do some finagling around with the way that he sits on here, and I have him pegged. I may be able to grind off the peg that's on the bottom of this foot where it looks like he's lifting off, like he's only being balanced by 1 foot. So I don't know if I'll be able to do that or not. We will see. But a lot of great detail on here. Here's what I got. We have legs. So legs, there's a big magnet in here. I didn't put a magnet in here because I didn't know if I was going to keep this peg. Slide that in the hole. He's nice and stable. So there is the bottom half. I'm not going to pop out the chest. It's not magnetized. It fits in there so tight. There is the bottom half of that. I will do a pin just to eliminate any wobble. I do need to reheat these up and kind of get those all organized. And come on, flip around screen. Thank you. Okay, so there is that part. Both heads are magnetized. I haven't figured out which one I want to use yet. I'm really digging the Grimace face versus the normal face. Of course, magnetized in. The hair bands, I can use both heads if I magnetize the hair bands onto the back. So I may end up doing that. You know me, I love magnets. I have them of all sizes. So this arm, big ass magnet, right in there. Snap! I love that sound. I haven't done anything with this orb yet because if I do LEDs, I don't want to jack that up. But the orb just fits in between. There is a peg for the orb in this hand, not this hand. It just gravity sits. So it is what it is. Where am I? These are just literally pushed in. They fit so tight that they just piss in. They push in. And I will catch all your guys' comments in a second. Come on. Oh. It helps if I do this right. Come on. Get past there. There we go. I just took you out. Why are you arguing with me? Oh, it would help if I was turning it in right. Yeek. It's been a long day. Speaking of long days, seems like California's gone all the way purple. Thanks, Governor Newsom, for making us, locking us down for Thanksgiving. You said you would social distancing and everything for Thanksgiving, and it looks like you got your holiday wish. Good job, rat bastard. And this one will fit in between. So it sits like that. Let's put this back in. I have not done the swapping in and out a lot, so yes, I am dropping things because I forget the order that it's supposed to go in. Okay, so there's the orbs, and this is why I want to get the camera set up for this view. This one. Pins in, and there is a magnet, and it actually attaches to this one over here. I haven't put a magnet over there yet. This one I modified and magnetized to the back of that hand, and the only pieces I have left are the waistband and the ends of that. So yeah, that's what we got. Let's see here. Wyland says, just ordered my first resin and they look hard. So you did good. That says magnets are doing work. Yes, yes they are. Hobby and Happy Jason TV. Hello, hello. How are you? I know we've got a few people in here, but so far you are the only 3 that are chatting though. So you get the bronze star tonight. It is Ryu. It is Ryu, and I am hoping to have the spray booth all cleared out and everything, and be able to put some primer on here so I can see all the flaws and everything, because there's some seam lines and stuff all up on here. So those will need to be cleaned off, but I need to be able to see them first, and I need to plan out. You know what? I don't even know if that I'm going to do lighting. I don't know that I need to. I think if I do a good like a gradient of clear, I think that will do pretty good. But yeah, so I am pretty happy with that. But he is not what we're talking about tonight. So let me get all his pieces out of the way. For those of you that are here and ended up seeing my last video of the Gurren Lagann, I want your guys' opinion on what you thought of the the thumbnail and the video itself of how that was laid out. I think that's actually my first like true attempt at a review that I ended up doing, and I'm not going to go through in my reviews and go, and this pose is like this, and look how cool he can scratch his own butt if you twist his arm back. All the that's not me. Like, I don't adjust them. I find a pose that I like, and that's where it stays forever, ever. So that's how I do things. Doesn't mean that it's right, but it's how I do things. Because I'm an adult and I don't play with them. All right, what you guys are here for? Ugh. I have not cracked this open since I did the live stream. Eek. Thank you about the music. And da-da-da-da. Oh, let me turn this back up a little bit. And where am I? I keep having to switch back and forth between. Where am I? I'm at 1. That should be good. And Wyland says I'm vibing. That's kind of why I mix the music this way. Is I don't know. I like a good time. I like a good chill. Woo. That resin smell. Can you smell the resin? Yes, I can. Even through the bags, I can smell the resin. It's like a drug. A good drug. Wait, we can't talk about drugs because that's against YouTube policy. It's like a good vibe. A good vibe, yes. So let's do this. The holiday contest. Just don't sniff the resin dust. That's right. Let's see here. Make sure, if you guys have not already, check out galactictoys.com. Use code Starshadow for 10% off anything in the store. Also, you get entered into the holiday contest where we will be giving away a perfect grade RX-78-2 Unleashed, master grade, a high grade, a real grade, and a Hello Kitty RX-78-2 on all of those. Everything's already, I even purchased mine. Everything's been purchased. Everything's been set aside except for the perfect grades, which fingers crossed, will be in at Galactic Toys in December. So I am hoping by Christmas, I am not going out of town. I am not taking any trips. I'm hoping over Christmas I will be able to do an unboxing and maybe a build video on the RX-78-2 Unleashed. That is my own. But if you use that and email, I've had an issue and I've had to disqualify a couple people. Email after you've made your purchase, the confirmation that shows your total that you purchased and the code that you used being Starshadow and the address that it's being shipped to. You screenshot that. It's easiest on the phone. And email that to thegunplowmeister74@gmail.com. That email is being used only for contest, and you will be entered to win one of those great prizes, which the drawing will be on January 1st, 2021. Hopefully Rona is a little bit better by then. But yes, that's the contest. That is what we're going to be doing. Zach over at Galactic Toys is awesome enough. He's setting everything aside in his office, and as soon as I give him the names and the addresses, he will ship them out to the people, and you will actually get them in a reasonable time. I've also paid for the shipping too. I didn't pay for priority shipping. I just paid for regular shipping. Now, the people that have had to disqualify, they have sent me screenshots of the before screen, you know, the screen where you've got in your code, and actually one of them didn't even have the code in there. They just asked if they could enter. They were from Italy. but it's the screen before you check out, because at the bottom it says proceed to checkout. So they could not prove to me that they actually made the purchase, and I'm not going to hunt down Zach and go, hey, did these guys actually purchase something? No, you are disqualified unless you can prove to me that you actually made the purchase. Send me the proof along with a code, and then you'll be entered, because that's not fair to all the other people, Jim, that have made purchases and a lot of purchases to be able to enter this contest. So far, we're up to about 30 people that have entered. If really any more end up entering the contest, I'm going to start adding some tools and stuff like that to it. Let's take a look at what we have here. Angawa says, are we live? No, this is previously recorded. Jason Combs, right on, Dead to Death, been live for about 15 minutes. Live girls, oi, yes, live girls. The sound is low, that's because the mic is a little bit further away, and I'm trying to talk a little bit louder. I am sorry. Check the chat. There's an email listed to send it to. Yeah, and in the description, there's also links to everything. Let's see here. So, yeah, I mean, any questions, you can check this out right here. Like I said, use Starshadow for 10% off. I guess I could call them a sponsor because they're nice enough to give me a discount code and everything, but other than some tools, they don't, like, I pay for everything, which I think is cool. And this is just helping out Zach over there. COVID times are tough for everybody, and everybody's tired of me talking, so let's get over to this. We're gonna start cracking this open. I don't think I'm going to do the fin funnels right now. I'm pretty sure most of these pieces are going to be legs. We're just going to cut these open and start separating. I want to start separating parts. I was planning on making a nice clean video, you know, and then do the part separation, but then It's a Gunplod ended up doing his regular, like, showing you everything in the baggies, and I'm like, well, he's already done it, so he saved me the job. So I'm going to show you guys the goods. I'm going to show you what actually comes in the packages. Let's see. Exia Alvarez. The Hi-Nu YJL resin is really nice looking. I am happy with the way that it looks. Jason Combs. Took me about 5 hours to separate the parts. I don't think it'll take me that long. I have until about 10-ish. I think I can do that because I'm not cleaning anything right now. And if you guys are down, I have their resin kit also. Yes, I have a lot of resin kits. If you guys are down and if you guys are interested, I will do a live build. I'm not going to do a recording. I hate editing those. I much rather do a live build of, like, the arms, the legs, the things like that. So if you guys are down to watch that, I am down to do said things for you. I would do anything for love, but I won't sniff glue. Yeah, I know, pretty bad. I never said I was a singer. Let's see here. Angawa, sorting these kits isn't quick. I'd keep them grouped as they are coming bags and pairs. Yeah, that's what I figured on. So, Wyland says, has anyone built the MadWorks Barbatos high-grade conversion? I ordered that, and I don't know if it's any good. So, MadWorks makes some pretty decent kits. I haven't really had any. I'm planning on picking up the Sosby, the real grade Sosby conversion, but I won't do the Barbatos because it's small. The only reason I'm doing the other is because, well, it's Sosby, and Sosby is God. I just bought the Providence kits. Any tips? You can probably build a majority of the Providence. and then just start pulling pieces off. The backpack stays as is, and a lot of the parts stay as is, so it's mostly just body swaps. Let's see here. My book is starting to fall apart at the spine. The file J? Yeah. Hopefully I don't really end up with that issue. I hope. That kit quality looks pretty good. It's clean. Like, it is nice and clean. Let me see here. I need to switch over so I can actually see what I'm doing. And get you up close. There we go. So yeah, the parts are nice and clean. The details are nice and clean. And I would hope so, since this is only the second run. And those of you that got the first run got even better. So we'll have to see how they go on the kits. Photography album. Don't care about the photography album. Don't care about that. Get me to the good stuff. Yeah, I was going to do a slideshow of the whole booklet, and I may like do that to music. I don't know. Okay, come on. I know most of this is skirt and stuff, so. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay, so I know those go to legs. Just keeping everything. You gotta keep them separated. Woo! And da 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 da. Da da da. Da 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 da. I gotta say, I'm impressed with the casting so far. Let's see here. I got mine at Shop 2000. First pre-order, 190 shipped. Hey Dave, when will you show the finished Exia Dark Matter? As soon as it gets primer on it. They cost more now. First at GKM. The answer is never. Ha ha ha. Exia Dark Matter will stay dark. Painted kits will never happen unless he mails it off to someone. Hey, that's not true. Okay, it's kind of true. But to be honest, I actually I have my station set up where I'm comfortable, so I actually can't wait to actually start painting some stuff. I know I've been bad, but I want to, and that's the important part. I want to. I know that's the base attachment, I think. That goes there. This piece goes with this piece. Just try to keep everything organized. These two pieces match up. We have a brand new box of Ziplocies. You try to break the 10-year-old curse. Yeah, as long as I can keep shit out of lacquer thinner. Yeah. I want to see the Zeong painted. You are going to have to wait and see the real grade Zeong, because I no longer have the master grade Zeong. I forget who I sold that to. That may have gone to Angawa. I don't remember, but I ended up selling that. Yes, I know, I'm a horrible person. Okay, can we just get to the parts? Okay, thank you. I wish I had a post-it note. Let's see, chest. So what do we got for? Do we have any parts for the chest? Nope, that all. Looks like I have nothing but to waste. Wasting time. Wasting time. Not shoulders. Not arms. Well, some of these might be arms. See, why did they stick arm pieces with leg pieces? That doesn't make sense. Okay, so arms. Okay. Arms. So yeah, if you're in California, then you already know that California has gone purple. Purple is not a good color. The governor rolled us back to purple and decided that no one's doing shit for Thanksgiving. So yeah, I expect about 2% of people to adhere to that. The rest of the people will be like, no. Okay. Dot, dot, dot. So what I end up doing is I end up going through and I just make a dot on all the pieces that I've already pulled and put in baggies. That makes things easier all the way around for me. But yeah, it would have been better if they had like done these all in separated pieces. What have I got for legs here? Arm, closed mode, front waist armor, side waist armor. Okay, so we have back waist armor. Okay, so these go to the back waist. These go to the waist. These go to the waist. These go to the waist. So we've got that one and that one. We've got that one and that one. Those don't go with me yet. And we've got that one and that one, so those go over there. And so I'm missing a couple pieces there. So let's see. What the hell? There. Let's see here. Looking back, it was a nice kit. EVA unit backlog. Hey Dave, long time no see. Hey Chris, been able to catch your lives in a month. They're nicely engineered. It was a nice kit, EVA unit. I'm gonna get 3 EVAs. Hold on, I'm just reaching. Oh no, I can't reach it. I've got all the EVAs to do unboxings for. Back, waist. Next we have up the crotch. We're going to be building some crotches. Yeah, they got expensive. Ongawa says no such thing as too much backlog. And crotch. So these 2 pieces go in the crotch. And that piece. Have we got anything else here? Nope, that looks like it. Okay. Yeah. Come on. Side waist. So I saw these 2 pieces. Okay, side waist. Dot that. Let's see. Ongawa says Delphi is great. Had a great sale last week. Chris Jones, had eye ulcer in my left cornea since middle of October, just now starting to see better out of my left eye to where I can actually make people out. Oh, dude, that sucks. Speaking of sucking, so we've been going through this Rona thing for what, 8 months? And today we actually had to ask a patient to leave and cancel her referral and everything because she decided that she had medical justification or medical excuse to not wear any face covering, including a shield. And evidently this chick is a nurse, or was a nurse, because, well, she's unemployed right now. But, not by our doing, so don't get me wrong on that. But I'm actually surprised. She's the first patient that we've had issues with like that in 8 months. She got all mad. She got all bent. But I mean, we just asked her to for 15 minutes. Her appointment was probably going to take about 15 minutes. But she refused to because she was a nurse and she knew COVID better than evidently our surgeons did. So yeah, that was interesting. I did not deal with her. I would not deal with her. Okay, so those 3 sets go to shins. And then I saw a thing on the news that Los Angeles County. Now, the way the news worded it was that they worded it that masks were mandatory while even outside. And then the news revised that of outside within 6 feet of anybody, which is kind of how it's been this whole time. So that's that's kind of nothing new. So that was weird. Yeah, there's a lot of these pieces that go to the shins. These shins must be like magical shins. These 2 pieces, I think those go to the arms. Pretty sure. Let's see here. Yep. Thighs. Oh, these go to the thighs. We love some thick thighs. That's a Karen. Yes, it was a Karen. Okay, so those go to the thighs. It's fun to watch them fume. Yeah. Yeah, so the thing about masks is it's not to... Here's the thing about masks. It's not there to protect you. It's there to protect others from you. And if everybody's protecting themselves, then it's all good. I hate people that throw fits about that because I've had to wear one for the last 8 months, 8 to 10 hours a day. That's not even counting going into grocery stores and stuff. If I can do that as uncomfortable and like how much it causes my face to break out and everything, I think you're okay wearing it for 10 minutes or even half hour that you're in our office. We are not a general practitioner's office. We are a surgeon's office, and we have patients that are post-operative that come in sometimes to get their surgical sites checked, so on and so forth, and they are naturally immune compromised because of the surgery. So these people just have no consideration of other people, and that's all that it is. Okay, so what do we got here? I know most of this is all backpack. Where are we? Backpack. Funnel base. Okay, I don't want that. I want that. That's what I want. Okay, so what have I got? I know that these are part of the backpack. I know that they are, but they're not listed on the instructions. Weird. Okay, so these are listed on the instructions. So this is why, and I don't know why they're this way. So if you look at the instructions, oh, never mind. I'm a dumbass. Scratch that. In the famous words of It's a Gun Plus, Stewie, can we edit that out? I'll probably get copyright flag for that now. Stewie is a proprietary of It's a Gundam and cannot be used by any other channels. And no, I'm not doing everything. I just kind of want to see how this fits. Okay, so that goes like that. You can't be confusing me, guys. Not you guys. I mean, the company. Okay. So the way they have it in the instructions is like this. So I was like, I don't have a piece that long. I have little pieces. Yeah. So that's what it is. They have it in the instruction booklet like this. So okay. So pretty sure almost all these pieces are backpack. I don't know. I just like saying backpack. And I should say propellant tank. I don't want to offend anybody. Propellant tank. These are parts of the propellant tank. These aren't part of the backpack. It's the propellant tank. Is this part of it? Part of it? I can't tell. Don't think so. We'll slide that over there. Not part of it. We'll slide that over there. These two pieces. These go to that. These pieces. Those go to that. Pretty sure these are parts of the gun thing. And nope. And I don't think so. So we'll put those over there. So we'll get a new baggie. Yes, propellant tanks, not backpack. Oh yeah, I don't get. Okay, so since we're talking about Rona, I don't get the closing of restaurants, bars, places that sell liquor from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. It's like Rona is a vampire or something. It only comes out after dark. Ooh. I don't get that. At least they haven't done mandatory lockdowns, but it's more you. Attempted murder. Thanks for that. Yeah, it sucked. All kind of light I would see, except for the sunlight. It fell somewhere. That's horrible, dude. Horrible. Oh, shut up, computer. Error connecting to my Kaspersky. I don't care. Don't interrupt me during my stream. Marking this stuff off. Done, 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 done. Done. I don't know if those are done or not. But we'll keep on rolling. So what have I missed for the last half month? Not much. Just me being a jackass. Trying to be productive. Not really succeeding, but I'm trying. Trying to be a good human. Really? You had to use industrial strength staples? You couldn't just use regular staples, guys? These are tougher than the staples we put in people's freaking surgical sites. Okay, metal parts, those can go over there. I don't want to break out all these little pieces yet. So we won't. We'll snip this out. Because I think no. Really? See, you guys just tune in to listen to me just complain. Welcome to the complaining stream, boys and girls. Today we'll be complaining about Capri Sun and why they're not big enough. Well, first of all, they're not big enough because they're meant for kids, not adults. Second of all, they make adult Capri Suns. It's called alcohol. Wait, I heard something, and I know that was not.
Dave.
Oh, hey. Well, maybe fucking Satan came for me.
Oh,
Dave, stop
I'm
talking.
pretty much that for you, aren't I? When I make you spend money, you're not supposed to spend.
You bastard.
The demon on the shoulder.
I have that one.
Spend the
bookmarked
money,
here.
Dave. You have it. That's what it's for, right?
Yeah, that is supposedly what it's for. So this guy, I'm gonna rat him out. I have resisted Kickstarter since the beginning of Kickstarter. I am not going to buy something that I will not see for like half a year, because mostly I will forget about it.
Or a year. Or a year and a half.
Shut up. So he showed me this Kickstarter that I really, really liked it. Enough so that I have it bookmarked so that when I get paid, I can. And it doesn't look like it's a limited. It's a discount deal for the Kickstarter thing.
Which doesn't hurt, but usually there's perks associated with Kickstarters.
Yes, there is signed artwork that comes with it, so that is a good perk.
Well, you're gonna see some more stuff next year.
Why are you? You're just gonna start bombing me with that shit, huh?
You agreed to it.
I know. If you guys decide to be friends with Dead to Death, aka John, just be prepared to spend money. It's going to happen.
That's the agreement.
Yeah, that's the agreement. You don't have to spend money on him. He's just going to get you to spend money. Because he finds what your weaknesses are, and then he goes, hey, look at this. It's innocent. He just sends you a message saying, hey, look at this. He sends you a link, and you go, fuck. Okay, order. Yeah. So I'm actually like, that actually looks really good for. I like the style of it and everything.
Yeah, there's been a lot of good Kickstarters this year, just in terms of just really nice quality stuff.
So yeah,
it'll be fun to paint if you ever put paint on it.
Now here's the thing: I paint minis. Like I don't post them on the channel or anything, but I'll sit down and do a paint on a mini and stuff like that. Like that's something that's fun just to sit and chill and do, because there's like no pressure on it. Now, whether it's good or not, that's questionable. But okay, so I know those are arms. Those. And then I think Jim got all excited. He sent me a message the other night that, dude, did you see PK was painting on the new piece? And I was like, no, I did not see that. I'm also not ordering it. I know I sound sad, but I'm actually not. Like,
I haven't been excited for one of his pieces in a while.
Yeah, I know you don't like the figures.
His monsters are always great, but he just has a certain aesthetic for the faces. It's like this blend of high fantasy with like Asian, like old Asian aesthetic, and it doesn't look good in my opinion. It's even actually like he even does it in some of his monsters, but at least his monsters come a bit more are quite a bit more successful because they actually like look like monsters and beasts.
Yeah.
But for his people, it's just like it's sort of like it's that uncanny valley. It's the uncanny valley feel, and not in a good way. And it's hard. It makes it harder to swallow because they're not cheap kits, right? They're $700 kits.
Yes.
I mean, they're definitely worth their like. Even if you took out the figures, they're well worth their price, right?
Yeah.
Because they are truly very detailed, intricate pieces. But it just feels weird because like they're supposed to. It's like it feels like you could technically not have the piece there. But it feels like something is missing, right? Because that piece is supposed to belong there. Which is sort of awkward.
Yeah, that's like the Baphomet that I have. Like, I love the monster thing, and the chick riding on his back it's okay, but that's one of those I think you could get away without putting her on there.
Yeah, like he just has a tendency to mix monsters with something that doesn't match the aesthetic at all. Like his white tiger, for example. He doesn't just have the girls; he has like these cute little piggy things.
Yeah.
And like a bunny, like a weird like disfigured bunny, and like a sort of like the old lion dog.
Yeah. And
the bottom, like the cutesy style, which none of those three styles match, so it's really annoying.
I never got unless it's a Chinese thing about the little animals. I never got that in his pieces. He always has them, and I appreciate the aesthetic of the jars and things. That stuff that fits. But the little like cutesy like stuffed animal type things I never quite understood. The only thing I can think of is that it's a traditional Chinese thing. Okay. Let me get these in baggies. Let's see here. Avoid the new type. Yeah, I think I saw, what was it? New type has this kit for, what is it? $300, over $300, something like that. That was crazy.
Well, I mean, they do upmark like 30-45% depending on the kit.
Yeah.
And they have good service too, which is nice. They'll
Yeah.
always come through. May take a while if there's a replacement's needed, but they always come through eventually.
Now,
Corona's obviously slowed everything down as well, so that's like another thing to keep in mind.
Yeah. Now, I've understood. I watched. Of course, I watched It's a Gun Plus video on it, and then like he wouldn't even mention the price though. He's like, "Oh, just click the link and check them out over there." He didn't want to mention it, and I mean, I can't blame him for not wanting to mention it. I know their past ones that they did bundles. So the bundle, it was expensive, but like you got the master grade kit, you got the, I think when they did the Sosby, they did set 1, set 2, and the master grade.
Yeah, they only did bundles, and they upmarked for the whole bundle, not just the resin kit, but also the plastic kit, which was really criminal. And the thing is, most of those like, it's one thing if the plastic kit was rare. For example, like the Freedom 1.0 Master Grade, that's a pretty rare kit that has a lot of conversion kits that use it.
Yeah.
Like older conversion kits. Like, that's decently rare. Like, I could see you charging a little bit more for that. The Sasbe 2.0 and then the fucking new, that shit's everywhere.
Right.
That shit grows on trees, basically.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, literally any hobby store, any online hobby store has at least one in stock, basically.
You may not like said hobby store, but they have it.
But yeah, you may get bombed with more kits. We'll see.
Did we go Christmas shopping early?
Not quite. Yet.
Yet. Man, there's a lot of.
Dave, you might want to bump up the volume. Jason's saying he can barely hear what's happening with a maxed out volume.
Let's see here. Yeah, I have the mic a little too far away. Let me get over here. Oh wait, let me go over to here. Let me turn it this way. You go away. How is that? Is that any better?
Yeah, that's fine. If that's not enough, then I don't know what else, because it's clear. It's been fine for me.
Let's see. Noah says.
I'm surprised you waited so long to touch the kit.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't feel too hot last week, and I didn't want to really dig into it, and I literally just sat here on my ass playing games, like, and messing with Ryu a little bit. Like, I'd just sit there looking at it, going, okay, well, you know what? This will work, and then doing that, and then going back running again for a while.
Wyland's leaving. Take care, Wyland.
Hey, have a good night. Thank you for stopping by. It is much appreciated. Wait, what's the news?
You excited for any of the new kits announced, Dave? I'm pretty sure you're excited for the Virtue since you're a big 00 fan.
Yeah. There's actually there's actually some of the new kits that you were rattling off that I am excited about. I did end up seeing a video from I don't want to say newer YouTuber, but someone I hadn't come across yet that was talking about the differences between the deluxe and the regular real grade Xeon. And I was like, really? But at the same time, I was like, did you not expect that they were going to recycle like all the effect parts from other kits? Like,
I mean, that wasn't a surprise. I mean, that was literally not a surprise. It's just that they actually do look really nice on the Xeon.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that could be said is maybe the finger blast, the finger shots, instead of being from beam sabers, they created custom ones, or at least one piece was particularly long to represent a long shot. I can see why they went with the just beam sabers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's passable, right? It looks fine. It's just it could have changing it slightly could have made it look a bit better, but obviously it wasn't cost efficient for them to create a new mold for one kit, right?
Right.
Like that's not an effect part they could reuse elsewhere. But I was sort of hoping they would. There was that really phenomenal Mark II, custom Mark II at the GBWC, I want to say like 4, 5, 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it's a Korean modeler. He did a really cool beam effect part where it was shooting the beam rifle.
Yeah.
And it had the LEDs in it, and it had like the two big clear circle pieces with the lightning effect inside it, and if the straight beam shot going straight through, and that looked phenomenal. It was simple, but it worked. It looked great.
So for those of you that if you are building this, I do like the fact that they have this over here. So F11, they only show you like a front view, but this is the piece that you're going to need. Just FYI. And that's for the thighs. F9, I haven't clipped out F9. Okay. They pretty much just strip all the original armor off of this. Like, there's...
I mean, it better.
Yeah.
At that price. But I mean, it's also just I don't really see any way it could have kept any of the old armor based on how the kit looked. Unless it was like some random spot on the back, basically.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's pretty typical for their kits, though. They typically remove an overwhelming majority of the armor. Because even if they don't like do crazy detailing, they do like panel lines typically on parts and stuff. So
yeah, I would notice that.
Surprised.
Okay, there's those two pieces. There's no, not that piece.
Not excited for their GNX conversion, but I know about plenty of people are.
It's, and this is coming from me, and I know it's going to be shocking, so everybody just sit down and take a breath. It's too gaudy for me. If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's too busy.
You don't love the 3 million pounds of shit on the shoulders?
No, like I saw that and went, okay, I was interested in it right up until you
saw the picture,
packing shit on it. Yeah. I was like, really?
Ooh, new shit. Dave's like, ooh, new shit. What to buy? Oh.
Never mind. Now there's a couple of people that or a couple of companies that I saw that are doing some GNX. I don't know why there's the people are all of a sudden doing GNX stuff. I mean, I'm not going to complain. I really like the Jinx, but it was just the master grade was too plain.
Yeah, I mean, it always had a nice design in terms of just the actual original design. It's just really nice. The master grade was just, they were quick to print out a kit without pushing out variants.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if they'd done the variants, they could have easily done a much better job with it. I think they could have sleeked it down a little bit too. It was a little bulky in sections.
So let's see, arms. Arms.
You know what I saw today made me really upset?
Oh God, what?
I bought that stupid Saber resin kit because that shit got sold out like more than 2.5 years ago.
And they re-released it?
And Aniplex just announced they're doing new pre-orders for another rerun.
Are you going to get it?
I'm debating. I'm probably not because I have the resin kit now, but would have been just nice to know if they were going to reissue it. And I just bought the kit, just bought the figure instead.
Yeah.
One less thing for me to work on, and then lets me focus on an actual fun project.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, playing master grades always make for fun conversions. But I mean, nicer master grades make for even better conversions. Like the old Master Grade Freedom 1.0 were made a lot of nice VP conversion kits. I think every single VP kit used the Freedom 1.0 as a base, and they were all really nice. The Master Grade Zaku 2.0 had a bunch of fun conversions that used it. Between Neo Grade and MS Build, I think they're the only ones that were taking advantage of it. I think they did a few kits.
Yeah, I think a lot of the old original kits got a lot of great conversions. They were just good, solid bases to work off of.
I still think the MS build Sazabi conversion, which is known as the GMG version, is probably one of the nicest iterations of Sazabi I've ever seen. It's still one of my favorites because it's based off the Formania design.
Oh yeah.
I still think it looks better than the current master grade for Ka. Actually, I still think it has a better aesthetic, especially the shoulders are really nice and the chest. The head's fine too. But the legs, I think, is the problem because since it was based so heavily on the Formania bust, they had no reference for the lower half of the body, and it sort of shows. I mean, the kit works fine, it builds fine. It's just that it's obvious that they just sort of like, we'll just copy what the half of the Sazabi and throw some detailing and make it somewhat similar. But I mean, I'm glad they didn't just say, "Oh, we threw some panel lines." They actually did a lot of raised details and stuff. So
yeah.
I'm still sad I sold my kit to Justin. I'll have to buy another copy for myself sometime.
Which kit?
The MS Build GMG Sazabi conversion.
Oh yeah.
I mean, obviously I wasn't able to get an original at the time because they had just went out of business. But I had the first run of the Super G's run. I had the first run.
Oh.
So the cast was super nice. I did see the later casts were terrible though, from people posting on forums back in the day. Bad times.
Forums. Okay, so shoulders.
In bulk, it doesn't have a lot of bulk. It took a really interesting approach for the chest design. I think it was one of the first things they went with that had a more of exposed chest. I mean, it was not a practical mecha design in terms of it's really vulnerable. There's a lot of exposed frame, but it looks aesthetically really nice. I prefer that much more to the IBO kits where it's just like, oh, our only exposed mechanical design is we throw pistons, and here's a little spine thing holding the body up. It made more sense at a Formania where you can see all the gears and the piston. Like, there's a lot of gears, like the frame.
Yeah.
There's a lot more detail going on to just enjoy.
Speaking of, you saw that video that I sent you. Hold on.
In the group chat? Or do you send me something directly? I don't think I've seen any video in a while.
I thought I posted in the group chat the video. The video that was put out by, was it by Bandai? I don't.
Of the PG?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the video could have been. It was way too drawn out and everything.
I mean, obviously,
but
it's to do the hype.
It did. It looked good.
I mean, I think the big thing for me is the photo etch is really nice. The photo etch, in terms of quality, in terms of like what the detailing they can do, actually looks nicer than third-party stuff.
Yeah.
Now, if they can push it, if they can take advantage of it more, I'd like to see it. But it looks like the way they're approaching the photo etch is sort of like photo etch stickers.
Yeah, I'm going to assume that's what it is because you can't assume people have like the scissors in the files for actual like clipping.
Well, not even that. I don't think Bandai wants to go back to, oh, this kit's required glue now again.
Oh. Yeah.
They're pretty big on, oh, this is our kits are so simple you don't need glue. They've been pushing that for a while.
Now, my fear, of course, I won't know until I get it, is like how
they glue that shit though.
Yeah, is how the I think the PGU can bypass that policy.
I mean, it could. I mean, obviously they could bypass that policy, but the pictures aren't very promising based on the Bandai employees showing how they were taking the parts out. There was a picture of them with the with the photo etch, and it looked like it was on a sort of like a clear sticker sheet type of thing, and they sort of peeled it off.
I'm curious how that. So there's the inner frame, and then there's the. I want to call it scaffolding. It's not scaffolding, but that goes over the inner
extra
frame.
frame that layers on top of the base frame.
Yeah, and I'm praying that they did not do that snap in.
I don't think it snaps in. They haven't done anything that really snaps in. I think the last kit that had a really hard snap in was the new Ca, and that was the forearms. And God, I fucking hated that. It made it impossible to disassemble without breaking that connection really bad.
Yeah.
It was interesting to see that they went back to the pre-built frame, like the pre-built, the multi-injection stuff with like the old 90s kits and the RG frames. Obviously, it's a much sturdier because they use like a much sturdier plastic, and it's a much larger scale, so it's more durable. Looks like they rectified a lot of problems. But I feel like a big reason they went with that was to cut down on runners. I feel like if they hadn't done that, it would have been it had been like $10-20 more at minimum, because they would have to put out 4 or 5 extra runners just to handle that inner frame.
Probably
inner frame.
Is that what they did with the PG? The PG's like the rail grade, like one chunk.
Yeah. So that most base frame, like the is like the RG frame, like the old RG frames. It's scaled up, but it's a lot more durable. It looks like it doesn't use that softer plastic.
Yeah. Interesting.
But everything else is just layers on top, though. It looks very solid. I just think the reason why, though, is they wanted to avoid having to have 4 times more runners for that frame section.
Yeah.
Because it's already pushing the price point for PGs, right? Like, people were like, oh, PG shouldn't be more than like $250, right, for MSRP. And this was pushing it, even with the photo etch and stuff. Because it's not a particularly big kit, right? It's the same size as the old RX. It's not a big mobile suit at all.
So I mean, I think they did really, really well with it. So once I saw everything that it entails, I was a lot more comfortable with the price, because I was like, okay, it has lighting. It's not an extra thing that you have to buy, or a P Bandai. It has the photo etch and stuff. It's not extra in P Bandai. It has, XX and X. And I was like, okay, this is new for them.
Yeah, it's just nice to see them not charge, $130 for a light set separate.
Yeah, that was.
Or like $150 added to the kit, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's much easier to swallow when you see like they have photo etch, right? The photo etch was made in it nice. Now, the fact that they didn't include water slides with that is insulting. That's the insulting part. It doesn't come with water slides. Like, at that price, it absolutely should come with water slides. But I guess their marketing department was like, there's no way we could cut costs any more than we already have on their end.
Well, have we got confirmation or not that it does or doesn't?
Every single website that posted what's listed inside the kit, they're all labeled as stickers.
Oh, okay.
They're called sticker markings, not they would say it's water slides if they were, but they're not.
What is this piece? Oh.
There's no way the new high-grade Nightingale is going to come with subarms, because it has no space for it on the kit. If you look at the kit, there's no way there's space for it. It'd be really shocking if they put it in, because the kit's already huge, and they're definitely trying to cut down on costs, because that kit, the RE Nightingale is like $80-some, $85, and this has to be cheaper by like $20-30. It needs to be like $55-60.
Yeah.
And it's too big of a high grade for them to go below that, and that a gimmick like that is going to add to the cost. So I don't see that even being remotely possible. It might be like they might sell an option set, but most likely a P Bandai set that you can buy to add on to do that. But I don't see them including that with the high grade at all. just knowing Bandai and their policy of trying to cut costs. I mean, the Penelope is a good example, right? The Penelope and the Zai that are coming out.
Yeah.
Those have really nice effect parts, but they're not included with the kit. It's part of a bundle that they're selling on the P Bandai site later. I think it's like $170. I think it's like $170 MSRP.
So, evidently, Wifey Sauce decided, I don't know why she decided to stop at Wiener Schnitzel. She's gave me chili dogs, and I have to eat those while they're hot. So she's on her way home. The only things that I haven't done right now is, as far as big pieces.
My bad. It's called the Castille. I just read it as but yeah. I hate fucking Gundam naming. It's here we're gonna write this, and it doesn't pronounce how it's fucking spelled.
The only thing I haven't gone through is pretty much all the small parts, and there's some feet parts in here. But we've gone through everything but these little pieces here. Went through a good chunk of it. So I'm probably going to eat and then probably sit here and just finish separating them. I will do a video where I just separate all the parts. These are all the parts for the right arm, the left arm, the thighs, and maybe mock some up and go from there. I want to thank everyone for stopping by. I had to show my face so people didn't think I was dead. We've gone through everything but 2/3 of it. No, that's not true. And the only thing that's left on here is mostly some feet pieces and some the backpack pieces, and then all the little its and bits, which are a pain in the butt because you have to flip them off and separate them and all that good stuff. But I want to thank everybody for stopping by. Legato says, well, it's too bad. Well, thankfully, I got my hands on the 1/100 Nightingale resin conversion kit. I think it's weird that the new Nightingale won't have sub-arms when the old B Club kits had them. And then Ungawa says B Club was a weird thing. Well, it was a weird thing. I think I've only had 1 or 2 B Club things, and they
weren't even casted well either. The casting was decent, but they weren't amazing.
I think they had the same places casting them that cast Forge World. Who made? I never had or saw a 1/100 scale B Club. I only saw like 1/144 stuff, but that was just stuff I got accidentally. MRSA was 220.
There was another one. There was another group that made it for one of the conventions in Japan, but they never sold it. Obviously abroad, because those conventions are strictly limited on what they're allowed to sell. I remember the B Club 144. I'm not sure about the 100. I wouldn't be surprised made a 100, but it would have been a fucking expensive kit because I think B Club kits weren't cheap. It's why I never looked at any of them. The only B Club kit I was ever in the lookout for is the mass production GM gun cannon. It's the only gun cannon design I really like. That's not the gun cannon detector, but I still regret missing out on the recast. I can't find them anymore.
Yeah. Boy, I tell you, I don't know. Like, I know I sent you the link, but I don't know that you joined it or so forth for, was it Telegram or whatever it is?
I didn't click it. I totally forgot. Like when you sent it to me.
Don't, because it'll cost your wallet too. So. GK Model decided to start posting up all their stuff daily, multiple times a day, that they have in stock, that they got in stock. I think they've only been posting in stock stuff, and they're only posting like 5 kits a day or so forth. But it can be dangerous if you're an addict. So Ungawa, don't do that. That looks ass. So that is about it, guys. I gotta go. Chili dogs are here. Yay! I got another order. Of course you do. You are going to harass me about building and painting stuff. Get to it, boy. You've been collecting stuff. Now you got your room all done up. All right. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. It's been awesome. And I'm going to do a couple more streams this week, but I'm going to get this all separated and taken care of. Thank you for hanging out. I will see you guys in the next one. And food time. Peace.
Take care.